Welcome to Seattle's Eastside Real Estate Podcast, your go-to source for all things related to living, working, and playing on the East Side. I'm your host, Dan Edwards, the managing broker for the Eastside Real Estate team. It is Wednesday, May 31st, and we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Please feel free to comment and share. If you're listening to a recorded version on YouTube, Google, or Apple or podcast, you can subscribe. You can rate our podcasts. We are anywhere podcasts can be found. So we're on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, we're on Spotify, and a few others. But those are kind of like the big deals. We got a great show for you today. Today, we're going to be welcoming Tucker Maxwell, Guild Mortgage. We're going to be talking about some construction loans. Brandon Brockway, Brandon Brockway. See, that's why I was doing the exercises. Brockway Ring of Key Inspection Services, and then new member of the Eastside Real Estate team, David Stallings of D-Stall Home Services, and a broker on the team. Now, before we get to our guests, we're going to start out like we do every segment with a Real Talk section. Today is fun. We're talking about buying a vacation home and why it beats renting one this summer. So many of us visit the same vacation spot every year. It's like a summer tradition. It's fun, relaxing, it's restful. If that sounds like you, it may be time to think about your plans and determine on whether or not buying a vacation home makes more sense than renting one out again. So according to Forbes, the idea of vacationing at the same place every year makes you feel instantly relaxed. Now, show of hands, okay, it's just me. How many times have you go to different places, how it can be unfamiliar? If you're a family person, you've got to get the family there, you get them safe and sound, get them situated. But when you end up going to the same vacation home, some of that preparation for the vacation takes the stress away. So let's talk about the benefits of owning a vacation home. Now, don't worry about finding, the one thing is you don't have to worry about finding a place to stay. Sometimes it can be a challenge if you want to go to your favorite spot in, say, Lake Chelan, or perhaps you want to go to Tahoe, or maybe it's Sun Valley, Idaho in the wintertime. And that place may be booked up and the family's disappointed. And they're disappointed in you, Dad, because you didn't get the place that we like. So it can be a super convenient place to have a place that you're also having quality time with your friends or family, but also you're actually turning it into an investment. Perhaps while you're not there, you're able to do short-term or even a long-term rental, especially in an area where it's growing. I think my wife's grandfather, I guess it's my grandfather-in-law, bought a piece of property 1 block off the lake in Incline Village. Forget this, $5,000. $5,000. Isn't that crazy? The homes on the lake go for $4 to $7 million. He was able to go up there every summer, winter, and they built a house on it and then sold that house. It was a huge disappointment. But we spent our vacations there every summer. We'd go out there for 10 days and just relax. We knew we had a place to stay. We got to visit with great family, go down to the lake and all those kinds of things. So there's also tax benefits that come with it. Consult your CPA. Now, one of the other things is how do you go about it? And here's the thing is finding a pro is super important. A lot of people show up at some of these vacation spots and they get hooked in by people that are looking for the opportunity of helping people. That's great. I mean, there's people have been stuck in timeshares as a result. Not me, that didn't happen to me, but I know people who it's happened to. The best thing to do is to find a local resource who has a history of success in that area. And we've spoken on this podcast before how the Eastside Real Estate team is part of the largest brokerage firm in the world, Keller Williams. And one of the cool, insightful tools that we have is the ability to actually drill into a specific neighborhood and find out the agents that are representing buyers in that specific location. It could be a real boon to have somebody who knows exactly what they're doing to help you avoid certain complexes or HOAs that don't allow short-term rentals. So reach out to us as a source. The bottom line, if any of these reasons on a vacation home resonate with you, let's connect. We can actually set up a search for you today. Keller Williams has the largest network, MLS in the country. As a matter of fact, we cover the entire country. We cover Rome, Italy. Okay, so if you're going there, we will also cover, I think, Cabo San Lucas. I have a great agent who I know personally who's an agent there. And I think we even had him on the podcast once. We'll work on having more agents from your vacation. And if you go ahead and comment on this video, some locations that you're interested in, we'll explore that for you. All right. So if you're thinking about it, let's talk. That is our Real Talk segment. Next up, we are welcoming Tucker Maxwell from Guild Mortgage right after this short commercial break.